Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to DeathSpank. So, they gave us some extra quests here. So, theoretically, if we can figure out how to get this 6x6 plain green felt and sneak into the museum to get Lord Von Prong's hair, that should probably finish the quest. But there is definitely a problem with the way these quests are laid out and designed, because there's just like no natural way that you are likely to figure it out that the felt salesman is somewhere to the east of Pluckmuckle. Like, just somewhere over here there is a felt salesman who is eaten by a golden dragon, which, like, there's quite a lot of area over here. So is there a golden dragon that's running around in this area somewhere, like maybe down in this section that I'd kind of completely forgotten about, which had the weird eyeball tower? Like, it kind of would make sense to do more with this stuff, but it kind of doesn't either. And you may be able to take note that I'm really not having to fight these enemies at all. They are just attacking me, and then I am resisting the damage massively. So, like, world map wise, it's somewhere over here, and I assume the gold dragon is going to be a very large creature that we fight. Am I going the right way? Let's see. Friend was eaten by a gold dragon is now holding out in his stomach and being held hostage in his stomach. And the hint before this was he was last seen on the road east of Pluckmuckle. So, like, yeah, we are on the road east of Pluckmuckle, but that is a very long road. There we go, we found some dragon poop. And this dragon poop is the third poop joke. Let's read it. I've been eaten by a dragon. He also swallowed my pinned friend. So, where are we as far as this map is concerned? Actually, before we do anything, let's unequip the very weak special demonic pickaxe level 1 for something that will actually kill things. We really have no reason to pick up gold. We really have no reason to kill things. Just trying to... There, we found some more dragon poop. We may have even missed some dragon poop, but I don't think we did. I do like the way this looks with kind of the rolling background, so you can look very far back and still be in kind of the same area. That's nice. But yeah, there's major problems that these last few quests basically boil down to run around the entire world until you find the items you need, or use the hint system. I've had to use the hint system quite a few times. In fact, since we are here, let's just look here. Where is it? Fortune cookies used 29. 26 of those we legitimately used. Just because the quests were obscure and obtruse. Obscure maybe is the wrong word. Obtuse. Like, really not logical. And it's weird to compare this action RPG game to a point-and-click adventure game, but it does have a lot of feelings like it could have been a point-and-click adventure game, but then it would certainly have still had the exact same problems of a lot of point-and-click adventure games in which the quest or the just general goal of the game is not made obvious enough. I would say it's even worse than an action RPG game, particularly one that's trying to be an abridged game that kind of feels like it's for kids. I wouldn't really be upset with a 12-year-old playing this game, but in 2020 I'm not sure a 12-year-old would want to play this game, even if they were playing it like on an iPad or a cell phone. It's just kind of not offering a lot, and when it does give you a challenge, the challenge is mostly in the form of just confusion instead of enemies being higher than you or enemies having a specific weak spot or things like that. That's pretty much completely missing in this game. Let's see what this says. Day 24 inside the belly of the dragon. How he was eaten and spent 24 days inside the belly of the dragon doesn't make sense unless we're just to assume that time is moving way faster than what we've seen, or it moves really, really fast every time you fast travel. Excuse me. Because for me, it kind of feels like the whole game has taken place over the course of one day, which isn't terrible, but it might have been nice if maybe after doing some major storyline quests, there was 1 week later, and that you tried to have some time, a feeling of a living world that moves ahead and backwards in time. You don't really need it though for an action RPG like this. Luckily, the dragon has eaten a number of things I also enjoy, like apricots and dinette sets. It feels like it's walking south, maybe east. I hear orcs, friend. Okay. Well, there's this camp full of orcs, which is a big open area. And I suppose it is worth mentioning that this is also the one section of the map that really seemed to have nothing on it. So maybe the dragon is really, really big. This dragon's belly is surprisingly spacious, and my supply of felt seems to be protecting me from the digestive juices. To commemorate 1 month inside, I've constructed a festive hammock. Yep. Yeah, there's a little bit of comedy here. Not a lot though. And then these butter pigs as creatures showed up over here, and then there was like no quest at all around them or reason to kill them. Still inside the dragon, supply of paper for these notes running low. I should probably be writing smaller. The sounds outside remind me of my youth as a felt scout. They just wanted, I imagine, a long linear path, and so that's what they got. And yeah, these guys never played a role. No quest whatsoever around these guys. Just kind of like an idea that they threw out there that they were going to merge animals, and by merging animals they would have kind of a unique cutesy world, fantasy world, which it's not a terrible idea. You just didn't do anything with it. I'm kind of have the same criticism for every part of this game, really. There are lots of ideas that are good and don't get used at all, or used to their fullest implementation. I've decided to name the dragon Otis after my mother on my uncle's side. He sent me away to camp long ago with our fabric supply. He sent me away to camp long ago to be alone with our fabric supply. His mother on my uncle's side, that does not make a lot of sense. That how would you even get a mother on your uncle's side? You would have to be living in some kind of polygamous relationship almost, where your uncle, who would have been your biological mother's or father's brother, then was married to this secondary mother, and then you were all living kind of as one family. Like, that's about the only way that would even work down. Or you have a sister and a brother get married, and then your father would also be your uncle, and then your mother on his side still doesn't really make sense. Like, it's really just a dumb phrase, dumb idea with no logic behind it. I assume we're gonna get the final glyph beating this too. If not, then I don't wonder what we needed to do to get the final rune. Maybe I've been inside the dragon too long. I don't know if I can adjust to life on the outside again. I've even used felt for recreational purposes, and I'll leave that, I guess, to your own devices as far as what that means. So we've got a whole bunch of orcs, and over back this way we have a dragon. It's not that big. Oops. I let too many things hit me. It does kind of feel like the only way they get action in this game is by... Am I in the right place? Yeah, it kind of feels like the only way they get action in this game is by having us deal with a lot of people shooting at us. We'll just come over here and clear out this general area. And we could probably do a massive amount of damage to him, but I'm not sure I even need to do that. He's jumping up in the air and jumping down.
Back to partaking the bounties of felt, I see.
Let's see.
I'd like to buy some more felt.
Of course you do.
Of course.
What kind of felt would you like?
Because you need this. Like, you absolutely need this to finish the game. You would have had to fought that level 19 creature, which means if you found a way to not be at level 20 by this point, you would have to do some grinding.
A plain green 6x6 sheet of felt will do.
What? That's it? You sure you don't want to buy a more durable texture, complete with a 3-year warranty? It costs virtually nothing extra, you
That
know.
line of dialogue wasn't...
No, just the basics.
I don't think that was available
Remember,
before
this
this
is felt
point.
we're talking about. You wouldn't settle for a plain woman, so why settle for plain fabric? Some magenta to go with that thong of yours, perhaps?
And so you have to go through this whole rigmarole.
6x6 when you can get 12x12 for the same price. And today only, we've got a sale on 64x64. Prices this low should be illegal.
In this case, less is definitely more.
You are a man who knows what he wants, and I respect that. But at least let me cut in a trendy zigzag pattern. Your girl will thank you.
This is really another example of a conversation that should have just happened, instead of having us pick lines of dialogue.
I told you
There's really
I want a
no
bright
entertainment
green
here
6x6
in
sheet of
being
felt.
allowed to
You
potentially
are a
screw
shrewd
up.
negotiator. I can tell when I'm beat. One plain green piece of 12x12 felt.
I said 6x6.
Right. One plain green piece of 6x6 felt coming right up.
I must go now that I've gotten felt.
Be sure to tell your
That
friends you got
doesn't
felt
look
by
particularly
free.
green. It looks more like turquoise, I would say. At least it did on when it was on the ground. It looked fairly green when we picked it up. Yeah, the vast majority of players would have only wanted to do that one line of dialogue. So all that other dialogue that was written won't be seen by most people. Also, this tire swing idea, it doesn't do anything. There is some, for lack of a better term, anachronisms in this universe, on top of it just being kind of a differently designed weird fantasy universe. There definitely are some times when we run into things and they mention things that make it feel like a much more modern universe than a fantasy medieval world. Okay, now, quickest way to move to the next place, we can just eat. I have so much food, might as well just eat and underuse it. So yeah, it does look like felt. So then the next thing we need is the Lornvod Prong's hair. Then we talk to Ubrix. Apparently we need to go and talk to him again at some point. And we're still trying to get to the main the main quest of getting the artifact. Alright. So now these guys might hit hard enough that they can actually do some damage to me, but I kinda doubt it. So we need this guy to ring his bell. And we didn't really go too far into this.
Why did you have to replace that fragile and expensive hourglass?
I love him like an evil overlord, but I wish Lord Von Prong would give up the singing of Julio's lament, because whenever he does, the hourglass...
Okay, I think I've got this then.
Annoying and expensive is more like it.
We're gonna go into the museum. We're gonna play a record of him singing. It's gonna break the hourglass. He's gonna ring the bell.
Come on.
That's gonna
Can
get
I
rid of the two
please
orcs in the
ring your
museum,
bell?
which
No,
really
it's
shouldn't
not
be.
much time.
Well, questing calls.
Like, it
I
really
should
shouldn't be a
on my
challenge to
way.
take out these two orcs in this museum anyways. I could Like, I've been able to one-hit kill practically everything else. So, here we have this.
Oh, je te plumerai la tête.
Now, we don't have a megaphone or anything.
Oh, you can't touch that.
Interesting, you can't touch this one, but you can touch that one. And let's see. He's got a red brick, like a wooden block. Yeah, we may have to use
Mighty ringer of the bell.
a fortune cookie here.
Just let me ring the bell once, and I promise I'll stop bothering you.
No, it's not lunchtime.
Is there anything I can do?
Do I have to go through this whole line of dialogue?
No, it's not lunchtime.
Well, questing calls. I should be on my way.
So it's this, but
I'm pretty sure I'd get arrested for trying to combine those together. Ha ha ha! La bazinda koichik.
so I guess it's a specific song we have to find.
Ah, Lorem ipsum Dolores. Ah, il pantalon grande.
So these are just jokes that we're going through.
Helga's procession to the nunnery. Oh, oder einen Tanziden Schnurrbart.
He's getting more German.
Julio's lament.
So we just heard Julio's lament happen, and we heard a shattering of the glass. And now we tell him to ring the bell, which I don't know what a bell is. Is it supposed to be like way up here? Or is he just holding on to a bell and I can't see him because it's so zoomed out?
Excuse me, sir, but my hourglass has just shattered again. Would you happen to know what time it is?
So now we just say mid-sausage. We got that hint a long time ago that was when lunchtime was.
Mid-sausage.
I better go ring the lunch bell.
So he just had a bell in his hand. And so now we go in here. And here we have a note. We'll read it. DeathSpank couldn't find you, so we went to lunch without you. Maybe we can go watch the Nutwhacker sometime. INB. Alright, from that we get his wig. And
Ha ha! Oh, Titi Shusty!
there's not anything else to do in this area.
Oh, je te plumerai la tête.
I don't think there's an achievement or anything.
La bazinda koichik.
It's funny that you would write these lines of dialogue, and it seems like maybe the songs are randomized. Like, I don't know why you would write those lines of dialogue and then like not write something better for the voice actor to record. Seems kind of silly that was the focus, to have one-liner jokes. So we now have the 3 items we need to give to Gilbert to make the final weapon, which we need to defeat Lord Von Prong, which very possibly may not even be really a fight. Let's see. We don't really have anything to do here. We could say take this special weapon And it seems like it's not letting me even put it in the inventory. That's interesting. Yep. I feel like I missed out on a couple of rings, and that's pretty much it. And it seems like maybe there just is no life style weapon, armor that would just resist poison, or we just managed to sell all those pieces. Also, we need to call the children. So here we have an orphan. They kind of teleport towards you, but they're not going to really attack anything. And see, the whistle on the orphan's about to go away, and that's a little orphan girl. So we'll want to see if maybe we run into another, we get an orphan boy, or if it's just always the same orphan girl. They follow around even after the timer is done.
Greetings,
they don't disappear.
Old man Gilbert. I have some of the crap you asked for. Here is the demonic ore.
So it would be funny if this orphan girl that you can call is the one that was Annie the orphan.
Greasy hair.
Perfect. Now just wait here.
So we've got this hugely overkill sword that's just gonna be ridiculously long. And it's funny, sure, but it doesn't really mean much. It's just another soft landing gag. It's a visual gag. We haven't had too many of those in these games. Mostly we've just been hearing audio gags. If I were to compare this comedy to something like the Police Squad movies or the TV series, the short run Police Squad TV series, the delivery and the incessant non-stop jokes and lines in the dialogue really helped that compared to this.
Before fighting Lord Von Prong. There's no guarantee that things will end the way you want.
So we have that weapon. It is a real weapon that has been equipped to this lower section, and it's 17 to 20 level and does 745 compared to this, which does 800, so it's not even that good. The thing, let's see, talk to Gilbert to find out how to open it. Let's talk to him and just make sure we've had any
so Von Prong is very powerful.
every line of dialogue we can have.
Me, didn't he? I've studied 14 forms of ninjutsu.
What a terrible world we live in when ninjutsu can't solve our problems.
Oh, if I only knew then what I know now.
What didn't you know then
I
that you wish
feel
you
like
did?
if you were going to have this line of comedy, you would want to just have constant visual gags, constant lines of dialogue, jokes.
Which of the Three Stooges is his favorite? That normal weapons are ineffective
and you'd have to
him?
use.
If he were a tree, which tree would he be?
You'd have to use a really large amount of voice acting, and you'd probably have to give DeathSpank a secondary character that followed them around and talk to him the whole time.
I once slayed a dragon.
Really? That's amazing.
Well, I didn't really slay it, and it wasn't technically a dragon. What I meant to say is that I once kicked a cat.
So, yeah.
Goodbye, Ubrick.
I don't think I did this quest, so let's just see. Return to Pluckmuckle and talk to Gilbert. Gilbert is the old hero who lives southwest of Pluckmuckle. Get Gilbert to make the Prognator 3000, which can open the gate. So we've done this quest, we just haven't turned it in. We only have one more fortune cookie. Wow. They rather limited us on that, didn't they? And I don't think shooting chickens is gonna be enough. We just got some more chicken cannon stuff. I guess shooting the chickens would have caused the chicken cannons items to drop more often. So here we go. Von Prong outhouse. There's nothing else to do. And the orphan didn't show up until when I fast traveled. And she'll do damage, but not a lot. These guys are dangerous enough. So we hit the A to open the gate to Lord Von Prong's area. And here we have the butter pigs that are bigger versions of that. And I guess we could kill them all? Is there a real reason to do that though? Not really. And kinda unlikely that you would need to walk through all of this. You can't walk in the water anyway, so that actually limits this path quite a bit. Level 7 butter pigs, not really gonna do anything for us. And I don't think like there's an achievement for killing 10 of every kind of creature in this game. The butter pigs kind of look like Von Prong, which, what does that mean? Kinda nothing. Here we have a Venus of Lord Von Prong, but mostly this is just another area we're being forced to walk through for very little reason. Let's see, we have Sneals the Devious, Hines the Malevolent, and then Von Prong is just there with a giant sword. Let's see if we can walk around this way. Not really. And then Orion Magic Chaser. So it almost feels like it's going to be a group battle, but you can see I'm shooting at this guy and it's just not hitting him at all. So we haven't had to load into any fight up until this point, and yet all of a sudden we're loading into a fight. And I guess we just talk to him.
Lord Von Prong, I presume.
My, look what the orphans dragged in.
Your destruction is what they dragged in.
You live up to your reputation, DeathSpank.
He really is not a character. Like, they animated him here. He doesn't look amazingly good, but they certainly could have had him show up at previous points in the game and do horrible things, or at least take the blame for some of the horrible things going on more than just in side notes.
How do you know my name?
We'll just go with the first one.
Oh, I know everything about you. I know you like long walks on the beach, and you giggle every time you hear the word discombobulator. And I know that you still think that girls give you cooties.
Yeah, I still
That could describe anyone.
I
don't
also
like this
know
dialogue.
that the thong you are wearing isn't just for show, flattering though it may be.
So, yeah. Let's go through everything just for good measure, but this is really boring stuff.
Do you subscribe to my fan club newsletter?
I want that thong, DeathSpank. I need it!
You can have my thong when you pry it from my cold, dead bottom.
Naturally. It can't be removed any other way. I've gone to a lot of trouble to bring you here. Now be a good little DeathSpank and die quickly for me!
So, there should have probably been a backstory as far as where you got this thong and why you'd have any attachment to it, or something. It's kind of ridiculous that it's just a MacGuffin to this extreme. Like, usually when you have just a object of pursuit, an object of desire for the bad guys or the good guys in a story, it's something obvious. It either seems to have monetary value or some kind of power of some or prestige around it. The thong doesn't have any of that, so it would have been really easy for him to have even false narrative flashbacks every time the thong was mentioned, even if they're not real memories, where he's like, my parents gave me the thong on my dying bed. I got it from a wise wizard that I saved. Anything at all. Anything to give DeathSpank a reason why he even cares about the thong and why it is such a big deal. You have this problem doubled in the fact of the artifact, which they've completely forgotten to talk about. So had they done even a second pass in writing, you'd almost certainly merge the thong and the artifact as one item. Or perhaps you would say that the artifact works with the thong and that they are a set of items.
Why do you want my thong?
To become more powerful, you moron!
Hey now.
My influence would be without limit. I would be one of the gods. My word law, my rule absolute. Only then shall I rule the entire world.
Let's just do this. Like, I cannot bear to go through more of this dialogue. It's
really make any sense.
so mediocre.
It sounded better in my head. Why did you
Why is he
kidnap the
kidnapping orphans? That's another good question.
To me, of course.
It's
So-
a trap.
They're
You
pointless.
predictable buffoon! Oh, I knew you'd be unable to resist rescuing poor defenseless orphans.
Why didn't you take all the orphans?
Well, we tried, but what do you care anyway?
Just making conversation.
Yeah, that's
Listen,
about the
DS,
most
I didn't really go
obvious
through all this
solution
trouble to talk
there.
about orphans.
Is that even the writers of the game know that it's not good enough for people to really care about the dialogue, so they're just like, whatever, we just wanted a game, we just wanted to make it simplistic. I feel like when when Hothead Games was making the Penny Arcade RPG games, that kind of irreverent comedy makes a lot more sense instead of an original story, which I'm fairly certain this game is an original story. Maybe it got like a spin-off comic book or something after the fact. And eventually, many years later, I guess, then we got the South Park couple of RPG games, and I think they probably do it a lot better. At least the first one does.
Prepare yourself for
Let's
defeat
just
at
start
the
this fight,
hands
though.
of
Like,
justice.
this is an odd middle step. And, of course, the people that worked on the South Park game was not Hothead Games. Alright, so let's go ahead and kill this guy, and this guy. And he's singing, which is a slightly funny effect because it has like a stun ability. You can see that the orphan is doing her darndest to do some damage. But I think we just need to get the justice served effect and then justice ready. And it stinks to be stunned so much, certainly. And let's hit him. It doesn't seem like that's working. Let's go ahead and do this. That didn't work. Let's see. So he seems like he's invulnerable. Do we need to just switch the weapon to the X button? And go ahead and switch this to this. The problem now is if I wanted to get rid of the orphans, if the orphan is perhaps causing him to get a shield. Come on, come on. So I don't know if it was the orphan there just caused him to summon a shield, or if this is a case of I just need to pound on him quite a bit. Take note how quickly I refilled my entire health in that scenario also. Like that. Alright.
We meet once again, Lord Von Prong. So, the weather's been nice recently, hasn't it?
Yes, quite. The whole week, really.
I suppose that there's not a quest.
I get it. You're trying to keep me talking. Maybe if I talk long enough, I'll reveal my fatal weakness. Is that it?
Oh, you have a fatal weakness?
Oh, yes. Well, it's more like an allergy, really. Hey, knock it off!
Less talking, more fighting, please.
So these three can get killed fairly quickly. Like, the justice attacks he's doing aren't anything. Like, he's healing himself. So what am I supposed to do? Like, he's healing himself right now. Like crazy. So how do I get him to stop healing himself? I have to hit him, and then let's see. So this ain't going well by any means. We'll try and re-equip this. We'll try and re-equip this. And this does like the most amount of damage. So I want to just get the justice ready, then I want to eat and hope that he doesn't hit me, and I'll just eat a couple of things. And so we may run out of money at this point. Come on. Alright. This is the kind of thing that would have been helpful to be able to pull off one of these tricks, but it's just not happening. Like, my life stick kind of is the better better attack here. Like, this really is not working though. The orphan's not really doing anything. This is really frustrating. Like, we've made it to the end of this game, and we may straight up lose because we may have to run back and spend a bunch of money on gold and stuff just because. Orb of weakened invulnerability. Of wicked invulnerability. I mean, we could try that. That would certainly help us. And since this does 805, and this does 920, we could see if maybe this is this. Let's see. We have one fortune cookie. You can find them inside of the courthouse with some healers. Maybe I'm not supposed to fight fight the healers. Maybe I'm supposed to instead let them heal him, and then maybe they'll do the exact opposite. Yeah, maybe they'll just defeat him for us. And I guess the butter pigs were supposed to be like, we can't talk to these guys. And can we bribe them?
I don't think they want that.
Interesting.
We meet once again, Lord Von Prong. Less talking, more fighting, please.
Okay. So, density potion makes me small, which might do something. Interesting. He is getting way lower in health when they heal him. So this is a different experience. But what am I supposed to have taken from this? Are these guys getting bigger? Okay. So like the thing is, there's just not been any kind of like there's literally just not been any kind of turn these people to your side type quests. See, what if we hit one of those guys? No, he just dies in one hit. So we've got the guy stuck, and he's doing kind of a minimal amount of damage to us. And now here we have an orb, which I just realized how that's supposed to work. What if we prong this guy? Okay, that locks him into this final mode. Which... what are we supposed to do after we kill his 3 henchmen? He seems to be in kind of a berserk mode. And in theory, this should let me damage him, but I don't think it really is going to. I'm gonna go ahead and drink an armor potion. Like, there's no reflecting back to these guys, these weapons. Like, nothing is working here. Pronginator, 3,000. Orphans, stealth potion, nature resistance, ice resistance, fire resistance. Awesome crit potion. I mean, we could try that, I suppose. But we kind of are just running out of any other options. Is he allergic? We've hit him with we've hit him with a couple of them, so maybe he's allergic to undeath bolts or ice bolts. Like, why is he invisible now? Like, is the game glitched out, or undeath bolts don't seem like they're doing anything else either? This is really, really dumb. This is really, really dumb. Let's just let this guy hit me. Like, we'll try and block. And there we had a perfect block, which didn't do anything. So, one of two things need to happen now. We need to go back to the, pluck muckle, and we need to figure out where we can get a couple of fortune cookies to give us a hint on how to beat this guy. Or there possibly was something that we missed, like some really, really crazy thing that we missed.
Greetings. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't feel like we're gonna get more of these. Let's see if Bong can give us fortune cookies. Like, we wasted a lot of money there. Yeah, I don't know if we were supposed to potentially
Greetings, Nuzzleford. Anything new going on?
I don't know if we're supposed to potentially have talked to every single character in the game to figure out what what his weakness was. That seems kind of crazy. If we look down here, maybe this is what we need? We need just a stun ability equipped, because that's like the one thing we don't have. I have the ice weapons equipped, so I should disable that. And while we're at it, let's go over here. It may very well be a case that the game just intended for you to always have the stun ability enabled, and if that was the case, I don't know why it would have even let you remove that weapon, particularly if you need it for that final battle. Yeah.
Greetings, old man Ubrick. Goodbye, Ubrick. Goodbye, Ubrick.
So we only have like Sally left. She's kind of our only hope. Is that she might have something new to say. Otherwise, wandering around the world, I imagine I would eventually run into another fortune cookie, but
Greetings again,
Sandy.
Don't worry. I'll find the artifact, Sandy.
Which artifact would that be?
The artifact you charged me with retrieving.
Oh, the artifact. Yes, it is imperative that you get it back.
I don't want to talk to her. I just don't want to talk to her. I'd rather just look up the answer. Yeah. Like, crazy. This is so crazy. Alright, well then let's just look up the answer. Open up my browser on my phone. We're 15 minutes over already. Defeat Lord Von Prong. ONG, I think. First, use the orb of invulnerability and kill the 3 healers. Only use the prognator to attack. Let's see. Orb of brief invulnerability. Only use the prognator 3000 to attack him, or else his health will be regenerated. Interesting. So it doesn't seem like there's anything there. As far as orbs of brief invulnerability. Let's see, that would mean we would have to go to, let's see, I think this side, this outhouse. Is this the one I'm looking for? I think so. And this one's food, which I think we might be fine with food.
Greetings, alchemist. Let's see.
That's not the one we want to buy from. This is the guy we want to buy from.
Greetings, weapon seller. I'm in the...
Okay. Orb of brief invulnerability. It's not even an option. Okay. So, I think the idea here is to put this down to the A button and only use it to attack him when necessary, and then just in general try not to take too much damage, because we can't buy orbs of brief invulnerability or potions of brief invulnerability. I don't think. We could try stealth if nothing else helps. This whole thing should just work though. It really should just have worked in the past 2 fights, or they should have given us a much better hint, or they should have at the very least given us a better thing. And I don't know if I dropped some gold there and just lost a bunch or what, and I kinda don't care. Just talk to him.
We meet one. Less talking, more fighting, please.
Alright, so X X X X X X X X X X X X X X X. Hit him with that. They healed him. Oops. I don't have the right thing equipped. Should have had something equipped as far as a health thing, not a crit thing.
We meet once again. Less talking, more fighting, please.
Alright. Okay, I'm hitting him with this. And then it heals him back up. Alright. What are we supposed to be doing here? Are we supposed to have this ready, and when they start to try and heal him, do we then hit him with the Pronginator right when he's about to heal? This seems silly, and it doesn't seem like it's working. Okay. This definitely puts him in a different phase. This isn't working. Like, that totally didn't work. Okay. Says kill the healers first. Like, this is just not working at all. This is not working at all. I'm trying to look for some other other help. Kill his minions, then just pummel them. He has high defense, so it seems like it might take a while. Anyway, when he starts to sing, run out of the range so it won't do any damage. I didn't use any healing potions this way. It's a regular thing. You don't need to hit him with a special weapon. You do need to make sure you hit him with the special weapon once it's full. Justice meter is full. Otherwise, he heals himself back up. Otherwise, it's like this other person says. Density potion, a ton more damage. Yeah, I don't get why this is taking so much. Why this is such a challenge here. This shouldn't be this hard. Alright. Stealth potion didn't work, so we'll get rid of that. And yeah, I could try and run around and kill some more people. Okay. Maybe what this is a case of, and this would be really weird, maybe you have to hit him with the Pronginator fairly quickly after it gets to full justice, or he heals.
Once again, Lord Von Prong. Less talking, more fighting, please.
Alright. Okay. So he's healing right now because the Pronginator is at full. Maybe. I'm gonna drink this. And then, like, he's healing why? There's a lot of running around here. Maybe I need a speed potion, that would probably be helpful. Let's see. Go ahead and put in a speed potion. Yeah, with the density potion and the speed potion, it does seem like there's doing just enough combination, just enough damage. Like, this is really bad though. This is a really, really bad experience. Like, I shouldn't be having this much trouble for the final battle when I've had like one-hit kills for everything else. Okay. And I probably shouldn't let the gold despawn.
Less talking, more fight.
Right. So get rid of those quickly. And then I'm just gonna use the Pronginator for everything and drink as much as possible there. And if he hits me with his singing, then I might as well just run back and hit him some more. Like, I might as well just take the hits. Like, I'm at half damage. And he isn't healing up, oddly. So, yeah, we're gonna get it, but incredibly difficult battle there. Way, way more difficult than it should have been. That really, really sucked. It's kind of ridiculous to potentially have a rage quit scenario.
DeathSpank's long journey in search of the artifact. You've done more than defeat a local tyrant, DeathSpank. Then she did the most peculiar thing. She reached down to Lord Von Prong's dead body, parted his aristocratic overcoat, and revealed a thong. Not unlike the purple thong our hero has worn for all his remembered life. The thong that has given him the power to be who he is. A dispenser of justice, a vanquisher of evil, and a hero to the downtrodden.
Feels like that cutscene should have gone longer. It also feels like I should not be shrunken after this point.
The artifact is not important, DeathSpank. You see, we have a much bigger problem to deal with. It may not seem like it now, but you've done a great thing in defeating Lord Von Prong. The power of his thong had corrupted him into the evil, twisted, disgusting, pathetic, wretched...
Sounds like she dated him.
Shriveled, grotesque, rotting...
I think someone has some issues to work through.
Horrid, barbaric...
Don't forget opera-loving.
Thing you see laying before you. But we are not done yet. You see, the other thongs are still out there, corrupting those who wear them. And you are the only force that can defeat them. I am very close to righting a mistake made many years ago. Get your affairs in order and meet me on the other side of that gate.
There's really no reason why our
Hurry.
affairs
We
shouldn't
don't
be
have
in
much
order.
time left, and you may be shocked by what you find.
Particularly
Shocked
since
by what you find
they told
is
us to
my
do this
middle
before we
name.
fought Von
The fate of the
Prong.
rest of the world depends on the Dispenser of Justice, the Vanquisher of Evil, and the hero to the Downtrodden.
And then all of a sudden she just magically teleports. And for killing him, his body is missing. I got an incredibly small amount of reward there. And there's kind of no reason not to do anything here. Let's let that effect end. And I don't think that there's a special treasure chest or anything over in this section. No. So they're trying to set up a story where there's going to be other people with other thongs that are evil, although why my thong isn't evil, I don't know. And here's the big twist to the game. We have a sign that says fromage, as in cheese. And then we have a lay battlefield, so we're moving to France, and it's a military world of like World War II era, not a fantasy world.
DeathSpank! Thank the gods you're here!
But that's a story for another time. I've grown tired and must rest.
This is an interesting effect to put at the very end of the game, but I mean, I really can't appreciate anything now
People are all right
after
in my books.
that near rage quit scenario. So they kind of leave it on this teaser, which is it's a slightly interesting teaser, I suppose. If Diablo 1 had ended and it flash forwarded 100 years to like a modern time. This was a character created by Ron Gilbert. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Again, though, I don't know. It feels like Ron Gilbert really, as a creator, as a director, whoever, whenever he's kind of in charge, since Monkey Island, he's not really been able to do anything too great. I think he had one major success in Monkey Island, and maybe a lot of that didn't even have to do with Ron Gilbert. And then it's just been kind of all downhill since then. That's a weird way for me to follow someone's career, but I guess it is something that sometimes happens. You just get comfortable, you get famous, you make enough money, you get enough job security, and then you don't have to try anything new or do anything different. This was not actually a true story. Yeah, thanks for telling me. Very short credits there. Like, not very many people worked on the game.
Make a selection for justice.
So, it's weird that there's leaderboards, because I guess it's just total kills. Like, a game like this really doesn't need leaderboards at all. And then the achievements are, I think, mostly story-based, so I'm fairly certain I got all of them. And then if we can hit continue here, I assume this is just going to put me back to Lord Von Prongs. I just picked up a dollar bill instead of gold coins, and we never found that K. So there's a bit of code already showing up in the game from the next game, clearly, where you're going to be picking up gold instead, or dollars instead. And it seems like you could probably grind too, because the dollar bills I'm collecting don't even coordinate to anything. There must also just be a character I totally missed as far as that ruin, the final ruin. I must have just totally missed it. There's nothing else I think you'd really want to do here. World map wise, it didn't expand. Quest wise in the book of stats, let's see if we're at 100% done. So it doesn't seem like there's a new game plus, which then kind of kills the idea of there being a real reason to have collected all of those items. Much in the exact opposite way that Torchlight is kind of pointless in the idea that you could play it a second time. I really seriously doubt anybody would want to play it a second time. So that's DeathSpank, and after playing an abbreviated action RPG game, I don't think I'll be playing DeathSpank 2 Thong of Virtue, which I guess that's why I'm not getting corrupted by it, because it's making me more virtuous, although I'm not sure that's really true. I don't think I'm playing that for at least a year, and this really didn't turn into an entryway to make me want to play other action RPGs. If anything, I would go and play like a different action RPG out of spite against this game. It really doesn't have a lot to offer, and it probably could be forgotten to the waves of history, because there's kind of nothing special about this other than the comedy. I had a much better time with this when it originally came out, when it was fresh and new and didn't have as much competition. But playing it a second time, all the comedy fell flat. The quests are extremely generic. I am older now and more experienced with games, so a lot of things that may have been fresh and new when I first played this are now very cliche and obvious. Well, that's going to be it for the series. There's not any deeper insight I can give to it. It's alright. I still think I want to play the sequel. I haven't ever actually played the sequel, so there will be at least new content there. But that final boss fight in particular has really spoiled the broth on this one. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.